cala cuando canta yo. Me transformo en el color del misterio.
Oh, so she said that is the reason why she supported me. Sometimes I tell her, you're beaten every time. You're being abused because of me. Why do you choose to be abused because of someone? And she says, because you're my child, and I know when you get out of this, I get out of this. Maybe not my children, but 20 or 10 girls can be rescued through you to not go through what I'm going through. There is something that pushes me within my heart, but also her words can encourage me to do more, can give me courage, can make me to feel like I can do.
I want to tell you the story of two mamas, a mother and a daughter. The first is of a bright and fiercely determined young woman from the village of Olankajijik Nashal in Kenya, just a few kilometers from the Tanzanian border and in the heart of Maasai land. Her name is Loiman, but she was also given the Christian name of Christine. The other story shares the journey of Christine's mother, Nkoiji. Nkoiji never spent a day in a classroom, so she never learned to read or write. She is the first of 4 wives, and she was not the favorite wife. Her husband made this clear by violently abusing her. Nkoiji had very few choices in her life, including over her own body. Contraceptives were unheard of, and she had no choice in the number of children she had. She had no control over the family resources. Nkoiji didn't even have control over the arranged marriage of her oldest daughter when she was only 13 years old. Her husband made every decision in the household. End of story. Christine's primary school was 15 kilometers away. When she was small, it took her 3 to 4 hours to walk each way. There were no affordable day secondary schools, so the only option for secondary was a boarding school, which charged about $400 a year, beyond reach for most, including Christine. Adding to her challenges, Christine had a baby in grade 7 as a result of a forced encounter, and so her father arranged for her to be married. Christine refused and was beaten, so she ran to the home of her principal. To disobey your father in Maasai culture is treasonous, and she was banished from her community. Currently, only about 30% of children of secondary school age are actually enrolled in secondary school in the county where Christine is from, and only a small portion of those are girls. 40% of girls in this region are mothers before they leave their teens. In short, girls don't stand a good chance of starting, let alone finishing, secondary school. And this is important because a secondary school education really changes a girl's life outcomes. She will earn significantly more in wages over her lifetime. There is a lower chance she will be circumcised and virtually no chance that she will circumcise her own daughter. She will marry and start her family at a later age, reducing the risk of developing devastating complications during her pregnancy. And she will have more voice and agency to control her family size with contraceptives. These statements of an educated and empowered Maasai woman do not speak to Nkoiji's life, but they do to Christine's. Christine finished primary school while living at her principal's house. She was given a scholarship for a couple of years in secondary school, and when those funds ran out, she snuck into class until eventually the teachers let her sit for the lessons. Christine finished secondary school, and then she went to university. During that time, she returned home and rescued her own daughter and younger sister, who was arranged to be married at the age of 12. And then she rescued 7 more children, several of whom she continues to support today. Today, Christine works for our organization. She started as a coordinator and now supervises our work in her home region of Niagara. She married last year at the age of 27 to Joseph, who is now a nurse. And now, 12 years after her first baby, Christine just had her second child, planned and on her terms. We need more women in the global South to be equipped and emboldened like Christine to drive their own lives. They should be able to make critical decisions about themselves for themselves and share in household decisions. These are basic rights. Women make different choices from men at the household level. They choose to grow different crops. Women spend more on health and education. If given the choice, women prefer smaller families. And a key predictor of a woman's ability to make all of these decisions is her level of education. If women across the world had access to education, our world would look very different. Importantly, these seemingly small differences in decisions add up to make powerful differences in our relationship to our planet. I feel strongly about these girls because I see their desire to do something big in the world, and I feel their frustration at being stifled by others. As my daughter grows up and looks more like the girls we work with, and I see her hunger and potential to do amazing things, I palpably feel the loss that we as a world suffer when millions of bright and capable minds are silenced. We must educate our girls around the world, especially in the global South. Mothers and daughters like Kayce and Christine exist all over the world. Christine stopped the cycle of poverty, abuse, and disempowerment for herself and her children. She fought for her right to go to school, and it paid dividends. But we cannot expect the millions of unenrolled, school-aged girls to endure Christine's extreme hardships for an education.
My name is Christine Mpoe. I work with For the Good. I'm a mother and soon expecting to be a mother of two. I love working with community because I want girls to have their rights and have their voices out.
Escúchala cuando canta yo, me transformo en el color del misterio.